On our segment, Strictly Business, we welcome you to another date with an entrepreneur who will share her journey while building her own business. You will soon meet our mompreneur who successfully divides her time between family and business.
The Soapranos is a unique name for the business that Mary Pilares has chosen for her brand. Mary makes natural soap and she has successfully built this brand.
I'm a mother of, well, I used to say 3, but now it's 4 because I have a niece who lives with us. And I consider her as one of my daughters as well. Brief background about myself. Well, I'm a soap maker by profession. I also formulate lotions and cosmetics. But for cosmetics, I am still on the research part. But I already have a partner who is a friend. She's a makeup artist. And we have big plans for the cosmetic side of the business.
Mary finished a course in interior design, a bit too far from her chosen business. But Mary says she can apply the color theories and design on her formulated products.
Before the Soapranos, actually, I used to be based in New York. I was working in the hotel and restaurant industry. I was a sommelier, so I had to drink for my career. And when we came back to the Philippines, I have been wondering what I can do here. I used to think maybe start a restaurant as well, but the market is quite different from what I was used to when I was in New York. So I keep wondering, what can I do? So I've started like several small businesses and they're not working out. It's not what I want, it's not what I like, or the market is not yet there. And then when I had my 3rd child, I was on bed rest for a very long time.
This gave her enough time to think about going back to soap making, a hobby she enjoyed so much that she parlayed that hobby into a business. And how did she come about the name The Soapranos? Mary loves classical music and listened to a lot of Maria Callas, enjoying her arias while making her soaps.
I started thinking like, oh, why not call it The Soapranos? So that's how the name of The Soapranos was born.
Like many others who started out a small business, she first introduced her brand in a bazaar.
A bazaar that's organized by Ella Aguila of 35 Abada. She was the first who gave me a chance to bring the soap out into the market. And I was really happy that the product was well received. And then after that, I started getting more orders online and I started doing bazaars regularly every month. And I started getting more invitations from different bazaar organizers. I've tried doing it in BGC and Pasig.
A Soapranos soap makes use of natural products and Mary sticks to this.
One of the base products that I use almost on all my soap is cocoa butter. I met this wonderful couple, Ken and Shields of Cacao Culture. They introduced me to their product, which are cacao byproducts from Davao. They gave me a sample of the cocoa butter and the quality is very good. I like it. So I started making soaps made with cocoa butter. One of my best sellers that I make out of the cocoa butter is the chocolate soap. I don't put any fragrance or any additives on the chocolate soaps, but they smell like real chocolates. And when people see it in bazaars, they're like, oh, I could eat this soap because it smells so good. But not just that, it's really good for the skin. And I'm able to help fellow micro-enterprise, and they also help cacao farmers in Davao.
Mary did not go into soap making blindly. She attended workshops both in the US and here at home.
From there, because of researching a lot, reading a lot on raw materials, the benefits of different kinds of oils, essential oils, I started formulating my own.
When it became a full-blown business, she also started researching her market. She gave away her soaps to family and friends and started getting feedbacks about how luxurious her soaps felt on the skin.
In the beginning, I was thinking the millennials because they have the buying power. But when I started selling, I could see that the trend is I am getting more of the moms who are buying my soaps. Well, because I'm super mom. So I started formulating more natural products. I started creating products that's good for babies and children and pregnant women. So I think that's my target market now.
And of course, like all other businesses, especially a venture that is new, Mary had to struggle with many uncertainties. She did not know how the market would accept her products, and she did not have a clue on how to price her soaps.
I don't have an accountant who can help me out with the finance side. So doing costing was a little bit of a challenge. Sourcing materials as well is a bit of a challenge. And of course, I have to do investments on the materials that I have to use for making soaps. So that's quite a challenge because I felt like in the beginning like money is just going out and not as much coming in. So I was like, okay, why am I doing this? Am I on the right track? Am I earning something from this? So it was very challenging at first.
Now, Mary has different suppliers who she can count on.
For fragrance, I go to Bernadette Lim of TC Fragrance. She supplies my fragrance needs. And then there are some fellow soap makers who supply products as well. I source from Miss Lee Strachan of the Organic Artisan Lab. And some of my oils I get from, the supermarket and some direct from the producer.
Every day, whether she has an order or not, Mary produces her daily quota of soaps to make sure that she has some on stock for fast orders.
I remember last December, I thought I produced more than enough soap because from September until November, I was producing soap non-stop. And I was like, wow, I have so many soaps already. So I stopped thinking that it would be enough for Christmas. But then when we had the Christmas bazaar, I was surprised that all the soaps sold out, that I had to make hot processed soap so that I can give some for my family as a gift for Christmas.
Now that she is slowly building up her brand, Mary says that there are still continuing challenges.
Continuous challenges in having this business. I guess these days, the trend keeps changing and you have to follow it if you want the people to keep following your product as well. So I always have to come up with something new. And also sometimes the materials will suddenly change price and I don't want to change the way I price my products because my market is already used to how much I sell my products. So if I suddenly change, then they will wonder why is it that way. So those are just some of the few challenges that I still face these days.
All her soaps sell for 150 pesos a bar, but the sizes vary.
That's why people are asking me. They're all 150, but some are thicker and some are smaller. And I tell them, like, the smaller bars that you have are made with pure extra virgin olive oil. So you can just expect why I price it that way.
She is now focusing on big clients like this hotel that is soon opening. The hotel has commissioned her to produce the soaps that they will use. She is keeping herself really busy as she prepares for the cosmetic side of her business.
This morning, I was just talking with my friend Hazel, who's my partner for the cosmetic side of the business. So I'm focusing on that as well because we are really excited to bring the products out into the market.
Mary says she carefully checks the expiration dates of the materials she uses.
When you use expired soaps, it can be harsh on the skin. It can be bad on the skin because pwedeng magkaroon na siya ng mga bacterial and yeast growth. So you're rubbing it technically on your skin. Kahit na wash off siya, I'm sure may matitira pa rin.
She also makes sure she suits up for safety by using goggles and gloves.
So now that the cocoa powder is incorporated with our oil, I slowly add the lye water. And then I'll start pulsating the stick blender. I have reached yung between light to medium trace. This is the time when I add the honey. Honey gives that extra luxurious feel. It's good on the skin. It's a natural antibacterial. It's also a good moisturizer. And then I'll just blend it again for a little bit.
She also works with silk cocoons, which she dissolves in lye water to give her soap that silky feeling. Now the mixture is ready to be poured into the mold.
Para talaga siyang cake. And it also smells like cake. Maybe because of my love for food. Kaya most of my soap looks like they're good enough to eat.
In this mold, she can cut 12 bars, which she sells at 150 pesos each. Now, Mary also gives her own workshops, which start at 5,000 pesos, while she continues producing her soaps at home. The process is tedious, and curing time for the soap is at least a month. So, the ordering process takes about 6 weeks. Some clients, though, especially those who want to give away the soaps as wedding souvenirs, cannot wait that long. For these instant orders, Mary says she has to go through the hot process where the soap is cooked for 2 hours and is ready to be released without undergoing the curing process. Mary has this simple piece of advice to other budding entrepreneurs, especially busy moms like her.
To the other moms who want to start their own business, just keep dreaming and use your imagination, because you never know what can be done, and you have to believe in yourself that it's something that you can do.
And if you want to check out her various soaps, here's Mary's personal invite.
You can check out the Soapranos. We're usually in UP Town Center in Katipunan. And you can find us on the weekend markets either at 24/7 Lane or at 35 Abada Bazaar. We are usually there from Fridays until Sundays. And you can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. It's The Soapranos. It's on Instagram, it's THE_, and then Soapranos, as in soap.
That was the Soapranos, our featured business venture this week, and Mrs. Mary Pilares, our mompreneur on Strictly Business.